The game with wasted potential. These words unfortunately describe Paladins and what happened to it. But before I start explaining why Paladins has wasted potential, let me explain to you what this game exactly is. Paladins is a class-based hero shooter, but unlike its competitor, it has few intriguing and interesting mechanics, one of which is choosing a character before a match. You see, in Overwatch we can switch to any hero at any time, which leads to people constantly switching characters due to countering. In Paladins we pick a hero and we stick to it, just like in a MOBA game. If someone counters you, then well, sucks to suck, you need to find a way to overcome that. There is a card and talent system that helps with that. The card and talent system lets you customize the way you play a champion. You can make a healer into a damage dealer by simply making or stealing a build that focuses on dealing damage. Pair that up with a talent and you got yourself a damage dealer instead of a healer. You can make a flank champion become a healer. You can make your waifu more useful and movement based because of that. This mechanic has so much depth to it that I could spend hours talking about what you can do with it. The game even has a store that lets you buy items during a match that help you overcome the enemy. Fernando blocking every bullet with a shield? No problem, just invest your hard-earned money from dealing damage into a wrecker item and destroy his shield until he breaks his monitor and can't play anymore. But since the game has such interesting mechanics, why did it fail? Why did Paladins lose its player base and was left with diehard fans with barely any new players? Things took a turn with OB44. This update made Paladins into a gacha game. In this update they introduced a new currency called Essence that would let you upgrade your card. Both cards and Essence could be dropped from loot boxes, which made the game more pay to win than ever. You could easily outplay a player with a better skill level by just stealing your mom's credit card and paying your way through to get Essence and upgrade your cards. As you can guess, this doesn't work quite well with an FPS game, knowing how competitive FPS genre is. For Paladins, this didn't make quite of an impact. What did take an impact on the player base and was way worse than OB44 was OB64, which added cards unbound system and got rid of the Essence. This would make the game completely pay to win and leave a dent in Paladins' player base. Cards unbound would be completely dependent on loot boxes. If you needed an upgraded card, you would not use Essence, you would just pull up a credit card and pray for duplicates to get it. This system would prove to be a problem for new players, since they would get stomped by a veteran or a rich fuck, not because these players spend more time and got better, but because they spend money on getting those cards. This system would make players with upgraded cards hard to kill and practically immortal. As I mentioned before, you can guess how big of an outrage it made considering it's an FPS game. This would lead to a protest in which player base would make shit fanarts of the game, which fortunately led to developers reverting that change in OB67. Even after they reverted the change, it still left distaste in people's minds, and player count didn't come back to what it used to be. Another major thing that led to its demise was death of the esports. Paladins had a strong start when it comes to that. They began to give rewards for watching the matches on Twitch, but later, Hi-Rez received some money from Facebook and decided to stream Pro League there. As you can guess, this didn't lead to anything good, so they got another deal, which basically switched them to Mixer. As most of us know, Mixer as a streaming site died quickly, and so its support for Paladins esports, which made Hi-Rez switch back to Twitch and make tournaments a work-from-home deal. Unfortunately for Paladins and its esports scene, it didn't help. As of right now, the esports in this game is dead. The most you can get out of being exceptionally good is premium in-game currency, which doesn't necessarily drive the player base to be outstanding when it comes to skill. Obviously, there's a lot more that led to Paladins' downfall, like keeping away the payload mode from the players even though they loved it, VIP subscription, and a lot more. This game was what I needed lately. Initially, ditching it when I was 13 and finally got Overwatch, and eventually coming back to it due to my craving towards hero shooter genre and Overwatch 2 being meh. I enjoyed this game even if I lose my shit over it. I made 3 videos about it and I will continue streaming it until I'm bored. With that being said, I'd like to wrap it up and end this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, you can like and subscribe, and well, if you didn't, feel free to do whatever you want. Bye!